Hey everybody, Eddie J on Crypto here. Hope you're having a great day so far. We've got a lot going on. We've got climate change goals in EU. We've got OpenSea expanding its team with a purchase, Cardano with SundaeSwap coming tomorrow, Sony getting hammered. So that's a conversation. And Polygon Mainnet has launched EIP 1559 on their mainnet. So that's something to talk about. Let's dive into the EU. I think this is how you pronounce his name. Erik Thedéen. I think that's it. I could be wrong. It's horrible. I apologize to that young man. He is the vice chair of the European Securities and Markets Authority, and he is sounding the alarm against proof of work coins such as Bitcoin, with the idea that they consume more power than the proof of stake coins, and that's what he's pitching, is to have a ban on proof of work and a push toward proof of stake. So that's something to watch out for in the EU, as countries are figuring out where they stand with things versus, with climate change, cryptocurrency, because it consumes so much power. I think in my earlier videos, you might have heard that I had a very deep conversation with one of my friends and her sons about climate change and how cryptocurrencies and NFTs, could have an adverse effect on that space. So that's something to watch out for. Bitcoin, an interesting poll happened. A great deal of people in Canada are expecting I think the number was 67% or so, are expecting to want to get paid in cryptocurrencies, mainly Bitcoin, Ethereum, and even Litecoin in the future, within the next 5 years. That actually says a lot about where people's heads are at with regard to cryptocurrency. You have a young man in the MMA arena, the champ, who wants 50% of his next purse to be in Bitcoin. So that says a lot about where people's heads are going, even though the markets right now in cryptocurrency land have taken a dive for the day. I mean, not for the whole day. I mean, we're just getting started. But that leads me to my next point, where the cryptocurrency markets, 40% of the trades in the cryptocurrency markets are tied to the US stock market. So those hours, that's 40% of what's going on, over 40% actually. So that's actually pretty interesting, and seeing how that cryptocurrency is a 24/7 kind of deal. So that says a lot about who's mucking around in the cryptocurrency space, right? That would tell me that there are a lot of traders that are in there that are making decisions, again, like I said yesterday, making decisions against what the stock market is doing versus what crypto is doing, and just looking at it as another set of commodities that they can play off of each other, as opposed to these are utilities that can actually be used by the general public. And that's really where everything's going. So I'm waiting to see how that pans out over time, and that's actually going to be interesting, over the course of the journey. So there are things that are right there that look at it. OpenSea has purchased a company, Dharma Labs. They are a DeFi protocol one, and they also have a wallet. And the move gives them more staff to handle more product development, scale faster, as well as a new CTO. So that might mark a new turn in the outlook for OpenSea. I mean, OpenSea is a great company. I just want to see where they're going, what their thought process is. But that says a lot about what they could be working on and where they could be going. So that's something. And Dharma Labs has been a protocol for 5 years, so they have some history. It's not like they're new to the game or anything else like that. So interested to see how that actually plays out. That's going to be very interesting. Should have looked at this yesterday when the news started breaking about Microsoft, but Sony got hammered, and we're down up to 12%. So that's something to look at, because now that Microsoft has made its move, I think Sony tried, and the answer was no. But now you have to start to think about, well, what is Sony going to do in their space to kind of rival that move that Microsoft has made, because that's a huge, huge move, and that makes Microsoft the third largest in the gaming space in the world. So there are a lot of things, and then Microsoft does have the power and the staff and the resources to start flipping those games from one end, meaning where they are right now, into the metaverse. And that's a big, big, big next step for them. And that's exactly where they're going. And because they have a huge ecosystem, I mean, just think about this. They have the cloud, cloud services that they have. I mean, I think they might be the biggest. They're either the biggest or the second biggest. I think Azure is the biggest. Even my platforms run on Microsoft Azure. We happen to be a Microsoft partner. Um, but that's a big deal to start looking at. Well, what is everybody else going to do? Right? Sony, everybody else. What is everybody else going to do in light of what Microsoft is doing? Because like I said, Sony took a major hit. Polygon, like I said, now that EIP 1559 has hit the mainnet, everybody's wondering when you're actually going to start to see the benefit of coin burns, and where that can take you. um, with that, something else that should come with that improvement is the visibility of fees. So that's a big deal. And remember, from my perspective, Polygon started out as a layer 2, but has quickly become a layer 1, um, with the ability to offer both services, right? So that's something to really think about. Plus, their work with expanding the speed of, the, what is it, ERC20, or the Ethereum piece. So that's a big deal to me. So I really want to see what Polygon is doing and where they're going, and that could be huge. Cardano, with regard to their new move, SundaeSwap is supposed to launch tomorrow, so that's a really big deal. Um, I don't know what is going on today. Everything's kind of again. We're in a sideways space, so I'm not flipping out. As a matter of fact, I'm looking around about what can I get? What can I get my dirty little hands on? So I'm paying attention to that kind of thing, and also trying to call out big movers, up or down, to see, if there's time to get into those if I want to. But driving more research into specific coins, specific projects, and again, drilling into utilities and where I think that utility should go, but not just, siloed research. I mean, reaching out to people that I know that are involved and asking them, what are your thoughts? Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll start doing interviews. I know I want to interview Norman Wu. He's a big time investor, not big time, but he's always in the market. I want to interview Elliot Porter. He's another guy that's always in the market. So getting their perspectives from a trader's view on what they're doing, what they're thinking of, you know, that's kind of how I want to do it. Is here's a whole bunch of research I can do online. Here's some deep dives I can do online. But now here's some real world conversations that I can have with people that are also interested, and what kind of research they're doing and what perspectives they have. So anyway, let's dig into the markets, because I definitely want to get there real fast. So, like I said, it is a very red day. Not just looking at my favorites, but looking just across the board, it's a very red day. Very few things are actually popping. You got a little bit of a pop. Actually, you got a drop with Vet, VeChain, but I still think that's a major purchase for me. Let me just go to my favorites and see what's going on here, because I did want to zoom in on the Sandbox, down 3.32%, for the 7 days, down almost 16% at $4.28. That's kind of a big deal, because when I first started looking at them, they were more expensive. Is this a buying opportunity? I think so, because right now they're running faster than Decentraland. I like Decentraland. I like the Sandbox. Decentraland is the biggest. The Sandbox is poised, to become a big boy. So I'm just sitting here and I'm looking at it. I mean, look at the market caps. You got 3.9 over here, and you have almost, not quite twice as much, but you have significantly more for Decentraland. So the market cap's not there. But what I mean by flip is, in terms of usage, they're really catching up, because right now Decentraland is having a major problem with speed. Right? I was there, I was looking around, a little slow, a little sluggish, more than just a little. The Sandbox is, over there on Polygon, I believe, so they're moving a lot faster. So you can have more fun, and you're probably there longer. So it's something to think about as I move forward. HNT helium is something that I was looking at, even though the price is around $30, 29.33, they're down. So, you might be able to catch that at a discount. I am looking at Stacks because, like I said yesterday, Stacks has, excuse me, a project that's going to be on there that is going to bring native TVL to Bitcoin. Native DeFi on there, that could be huge for Bitcoin, and that could definitely be something else that can make it rise. So if that's running on Stacks is something else that I'm going to look at. Engine is another one that I'm looking at. Major disappointment for me has been Gala. Gala Games has been a huge disappointment to me. That doesn't mean I've lost faith, but I am scratching my head and wondering, have they hit a bottom that would be a good time to purchase, right? And that's something I'm looking at. Another major disappointment for me has been UFO Gaming. They've taken a big dive. I still think that both organizations are in the right space, but I think they could be taking a dive because Microsoft makes moves like that. They have a way of almost completely disrupting that space, right? So it's something to contemplate. Still, I think UFO Gaming are doing the right things. I think Gala is doing the right thing. I think there are opportunities there. Another one is Loop Ring. I was gonna get in before, but they're up 7.6% today. Don't know if I want to do that. I have to do some research because I wonder why they're up so much on a hugely down day. I did not do that research yet. I'll do it later. Let's go take a skip over to our portfolio. Yeah, this is horrendous. Down $161. Eesh. But it's only $161. I mean, the other day we were up. Today we're down, and we're down on everything. Even I mean, except for Cardano, which is actually flying. Everything is down and down bad. I mean, look at Saitama. They're killing us. Crypto.com. Okay. 3.2, not so bad. Algorand, we have almost nothing there, so don't care. Just kind of keep it there as like a tracking kind of mechanism. SHIB down 3.12. Doge is up, not against our portfolio because I'm not holding any Doge in this portfolio. Ethereum, small hit. I'd call that sideways. Same thing for Matic. I'd call that sideways. Since we've purchased VeChain for this portfolio, again, down 5%. Little disappointing, but makes me scratch my head. Do I think it's at a good place where we should buy a little bit more? Something to think about. My answer would be yeah. so that's something to play around with. Phantom, basically running flat since I purchased, so not thinking about it all too much. But look at this, red. It's a red day. I think for me, it's a buying day. When I see something like this, because I think we're only a few steps away from a big explosion and everything popping up in major fashion. And when everything pops up, that's probably when I'm going to want to shave some profit for the next dip, and then have that money on the side to take advantage of that dip. So that's something to think about in my opinion. Anyway, hope all is well with you and yours. Eddie J on crypto. Have a great day.